Loops, a complete tutorial. So what are loops? Loops are a function that allow you to repeat a process any number of times. There are two kinds of loops, for loops and while loops. For example, drawing the shape below would be much harder without loops, but if you added loops, you could easily draw it. Let's look at this shape. This shape is made up of 12 dodecagons. A dodecagon is a polygon with 12 sides. If we set a for loop to draw 12 of these dodecagons, then this shape would be very easy to draw. It would be much easier than having to draw the 12 dodecagons, each one by one. What are for loops? A for loop is a loop that allows you to set a variable, and for each value of the variable that is true for the parameters you set, anything inside the loop will be run. Note that the variable the computer starts counting from will always be 0, and if you use a range, the number you put in will not be counted. What do you think the computer would print if I ran these two lines? This is my result. Notice that the list starts from 0 and it does not include 5. This shows that the computer started printing from 0 and it stops at 5. You can also make this shape with a for loop. Let's look at these petals. Each petal is made of this shape. If I draw 5 of these petals and fill them each with pink coloring, I can get this shape. Now, you might be wondering, what are while loops? A while loop is a loop that allows you to set a variable, and while the variable is true for the parameters you set, anything inside the loop will be run. Note that for while loops, the computer will count anything that goes into the parameters, so you need to set your variable and tell the numbers to go up or down. Let's look at this. I told the computer that I equals 1, and while I is less than 5, the computer will print I and then add 1 to I. This way the numbers will go up. So look, we set I to be 1, so the computer started counting at 1. And every time the computer finishes printing I, it will add 1 to I. So the computer would print the next whole number to I. Fun fact, for loops and while loops are both loops, but they are used to do different things. This is a project you can do with loops. This is a flower. Notice that the flower is made up of 2 layers of these petals. One layer of these petals, another layer of these petals, and then another layer of these petals. If you layer these petals, then you can get this flower too. Thanks for watching.